So I see this morning the Quad City Times has some photos. The Rock Island County Sheriff's Department served a warrant in Moline last night. It sounds like it was pretty scary. They had to send a robot in, and the pictures are pretty good. Um, Gosh, it looks like they had those disco projection lights on the building. You know, admittedly, I have been around the block and I tried to figure out. I mean, I know about where that is, but I didn't recognize that house from anything in particular. Neighborhood definitely is familiar, but that house, I wasn't able to place that house any one way or another. I had a bad night last night. I did keep falling asleep, and then I couldn't stay asleep. And at one point, I woke up. Firecrackers that sounded like they were set off in unison. I know the difference between the family across the street who is setting off big fireworks and someone setting off firecrackers out my window. And so it kept waking me up. And at one point, I woke up to the firecrackers outside my window, talking outside my window, and what sounded like somebody slapping the side of my house. And it was just like that other time when they tried to pull the siding off. I get in my bed, I fall asleep, the panic button falls out of my pocket, and it's in my bed, and I can't always find it right away. So I couldn't find it. It was the same old thing. I got on Twitter, and I tweeted out, I was mad. Something about methamphetamine addicts with brains on fire and stolen cars, terrorizing neighborhood or whatever. Because that is what it is. These young men in these stolen cars, they're tweaking. Believe me, I know what's going on here. They're tweaking, they're stealing the cars. They're the same little urchins who have robbed almost every gay man over 45 in the whole entire Quad Cities at one point or another. It's the same old group, and now they got real gang affiliation called MS-13. That's how I see it. That's exactly how I see it. And anyway, I'm glad the Rock Island police saw my tweets, or maybe they didn't. Maybe someone else in the neighborhood called, which is probably more like it. Listen to me thinking they give a rat's ass about my tweets. Anyway, I'm glad they were here. I just want to sell my house. And honestly, I don't, because I like my spacious house. I'd like to repaint it different colors. But I mean, I'm not going to pull out of selling it. I'm excited about leaving too. But right now, when it's like I don't have weed money day to day, here I am again. One roll of toilet paper. We know how that goes. So I'm trying to avoid crisis there. I'm going to try to have a garage sale or something. And I still have things up on the marketplace. So, but I mean, you know what, Rock Island, this is a filthy, disgusting black eye on the community. I don't care what anybody says. Every once in a while there's some hateful woman. It's a woman every time. It's got to be hateful, probably all drunked up. Leave some nasty comment on my videos as though I haven't been through enough, honey. Have I, honey? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something about women in this community. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's obvious. It's out there. And yes, this is basically career suicide when you're looking for a job. No, I don't get along with women. I have been abused by so many hateful, nasty, evil, drunken, narcissistic women in my life, especially this time around, that no. If there were two jobs and one I was reporting to a man, one I was reporting to a woman, hell no, I wouldn't pick the job where I was reporting to the woman. Hell no. I'm pushing 50 years old. I've been through a lot, and I don't give a shit anymore. I'm going to tell the truth. Hell no, I don't want to work for another hateful, angry woman. If she's fair and doesn't have a chip on her shoulder about being a woman, I'm more than happy to work for her. But you know what? Most of my bosses in my life have been women. And so for me to sit there and hear the about the wages and the marginalization, that's not the case in journalism. That's not the case at all. At the Quad City Times, there have been many areas where if you're a man, you may as well forget it, because women ruled the roost over there for a long time. So yeah, I have an issue with women. I'm not going to deny it. And this town has played a huge role in it. It's time this filthy town and the filthy politicians take some personal accountability, especially the ones that preach about it. Don't make me vomit in my mouth. Take your own personal accountability. Have a good evening, morning, whatever time it is, since I can't sleep more than an hour without bang, bang, bang. Have a good night. I'm glad that the Rock Island County Sheriff's deputies served that warrant. It must have been a much-needed warrant given the pictures, and even though I don't care for that Rock Island County Sheriff's Department as a group, I certainly do care for all the men and women who are honest and who just happen to work for them, who put their lives on the line every day to execute warrants like that. So thank you for your service. And I mean that. Have a good morning, everybody. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe that was a significant warrant. We're all going to be safer now. Have a good